Okay, so now it's time to paint the carving, and what I'm going to be using on this carving are acrylic paints. The word Nicaragua, the inside of that will be painted with this green metallic paint, and then the my is in will be a very strange sounding paint called black metallic. Now, one of the things that you notice here is this is white, this is not. So every piece of wood has a different color to it. So what I do is I take little scraps of wood from a project and I try all kinds of different colors on it to see what colors work on that particular color background. Okay, so now we're ready to start painting. The key to this is to not touch the sides. We're going to take a very small amount of black paint on the tip of the brush, and we're going to go down inside each one of these letters and paint the bottoms of the letters, and try not to get it on the sides inside of the letters. And yes, this is extraordinarily tedious work. I like the way it looks though when it's finished. I have to turn the carving so that I can work the brush right against the wall and not touch the inside of the wall. This is why most people will take spray paint and spray paint the entire carving and then sand off the surface, because you avoid all this time. All this time that I'm going to be spending doing this could have been done with a single spray. And if you don't have the patience to not touch the walls like I just did there, this is not the way to do it. And you'll also notice that a very, very bright light is helpful in this situation. So you can see right when you're at the bottom of here. Got a little spot missing right there. And finish out this M right here. Alright, there's the M. Now I just have to do all the other letters. I'll go off camera for a little bit and then come back. Okay, so I finished putting the black into the letters, and I tried putting a new type of paint, which is a transparent glass paint, into the heart, but I just really didn't get the kind of coverage that I wanted to have. What I was hoping to get was something that would look very much alive and glowing instead of a flat sort of finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this heart in with some regular Napa red acrylic paint, and then if it looks a little bit too dull, I'll go back over it with the crystal paint or the transparent glass paint again. So again, we just take a little drop of this paint on the brush and then just apply it to the bottom of the letters. And that sure does not look like Napa red to me. But the paints do dry quite a bit different color than what they start out as. The other thing is, you can see how much more coverage I'm getting with this paint. important thing is to get the brush strokes very smooth. And then we'll let that dry and see what kind of color it is, and see if we want to add some of the transparent red to it afterwards. I really like this particular brand of paint, this Dazzling Metallics by Deco Art. The colors of their metallics are just really nice. So I just load up my brush here and dive down inside there. Again, being careful not to touch the walls. And again, it is very tedious. And then I'll turn the carving so that I can see the edge of that I'm working against. Alright, now I check all around to the edges here, make sure I got it everywhere. I did have a few minor touches on the sides, but that's okay. I see one teeny little spot down that hole that I missed. Hard to get in there. Alright, so we'll go off camera and just finish this up. Okay, this is the last letter, and boy, I am glad, because these are really tight little channels to work in. And now we need to look and make sure I haven't missed any little spots. I see a little spot right down there that we missed. Alright. Okay, looks great. Now, one thing that you could see here is that this does look very dull. I don't know what it is about the Napa red, but it just looks very dull. So once it dries completely, if it still looks that way, and it probably will, then I'll go back over it with that with the transparent glass paint. So now it's time to clean up the brushes and put everything away.